Travel Michigan. I'm Dave Lorenz, along with Michelle Banache, and here we are getting close to the big day for those people who are looking for gifts and such, and we're going to talk a little bit about that next, aren't we, Michelle?
We are talking with Renee Monforton at the Detroit Metro Convention and Visitors Bureau. And Renee, Detroit has so many great things to offer, but one of those things that people may or may not come to mind is shopping.
Shopping is great in Metro Detroit. In fact, we have some of the best shopping options in the state, in my opinion. You know, we offer a great combination of upscale malls, outlets, and a lot of walkable downtowns. And for the first time in the last couple of years, we offer great shopping right in the downtown area up until Christmas. So we're real excited about that.
Well, yeah, when you think of shopping in the Detroit area, I don't think many people think about downtown Detroit, even though there have been a lot of really cool, interesting, unique stores there for a long time. What's this new thing that Somerset Collection is doing downtown this season?
Absolutely. Somerset Collection, and this is the second year I believe they do it. They have something they call City Loft, and it's an assortment of more than 40 stores from that upscale mall in Detroit. They moved it downtown for the holiday season. It's a pop-up store, and it's open through December 22nd. It has some great shops representing Somerset in there. And it's on a block of Woodward right in the heart of downtown across from Campus Martius Park. And in addition to that Somerset City Loft, there's stores like Moose Jaw, which is, the popular national outdoor retailer.
I love that place.
I know, me too. The Detroit Shop, which has Detroit-themed merchandise. Santa's Wonderland, where kids can shop for inexpensive gifts. There's a Detroit Art Shop. And then, of course, Eastern Market is close by. So there's a lot of shopping options.
And what does it feel like? Because Loft evokes kind of this big open space with, where you walk around. Is it like that, or are they very, like a traditional mall where every store has its own space?
Well, it's kind of a combination of both. It's a real open space, which could be kind of like a loft, but each store is represented with its own display, and it has samples from each of those really great stores at Somerset. And then next to it along the whole block is a variety of other stores like the Moose Jaw and the Detroit Shop. And what's really cool at night, that whole block is lit up with lights, and it's just spectacular when you come downtown right now. It really makes you feel festive.
I'm going to check that out. I am so fascinated with this whole pop-up scene that seems to be happening these days in retail. I was recently at a pop-up art gallery in Ann Arbor. I've been in pop-up restaurants, which is really weird, I think.
It's different.
But they're starting, this seems to be a new model. It used to be, once you opened up a store, I mean, if you weren't planning to be there for 3 years, then, people thought you were crazy. But this is the new model. So that City Loft Somerset collection, I'm going to check that out.
Well, it's a new model, and our hope, of course, is that it is so successful that it becomes a permanent addition to the downtown scene. So,
that would be great.
Yes.
Well, can we talk a little bit about Eastern Market as kind of like a shopping location? Because people from outstate who aren't from the Detroit area, they probably don't know a lot about Eastern Market.
Well, Eastern Market is really, really a cool historic district. In fact, it features one of the oldest, if not the oldest, restaurant in Detroit, Roma's Cafe, which is old world Italian food and fantastic. And on top of that, there's a selection of stores that sell Detroit products like Germac nuts, for example. Mm-hmm. There's a terrific cost plus wine shop. There's a lot of Detroit-made other products, year-round. It's just a fabulous opportunity. Saturday mornings at Eastern Market are terrific for buying your food for the holidays. You go there early, have a great breakfast, shop all morning. It's just really exciting.
And I got to tell you, Russell Street Deli is one of my favorite places to eat in Detroit.
You and a lot of other people, along with Subpoena's Pizza. Yep. That's pretty famous.
And you never know who you're going to see in that area. Actually met one of the Funk brothers there one time, which was really cool. Yeah. And at Roma's, I had a conversation with the owner there. She told me how Frank Sinatra would eat his pasta there.
Yes,
So
I'm not surprised.
You just never
a
know.
number of celebrities have made their way to Roma.
That's really cool. So it really is a neat area on the kind of the, I guess, east side of downtown Detroit. That's a cool thing. So another shopping area that we really haven't touched on is Great Lakes Crossings.
Yes, Great Lakes Crossing is a very fun shopping mall. It's an outlet mall. It has about 185 shops, and 45 of the stores that are there are unique to Michigan. Things like the Bass Pro shops, the Outdoor World, and they have the Rainforest Cafe, Neiman Marcus Last Call. They have a number of shops. The place is packed during the Christmas season. People just can't get enough of Great Lakes Crossing. And it's, from the downtown area, it's about 45 minutes, but it's just a great place to take your kids and make a day out of it.
I was there recently and went to the Toby Keith's, I think it was, for lunch.
Yes,
I gotta tell you, that was a lot of fun.
It is. It's called Toby Keith's. I love this bar. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Just strange.
Yes.
Well, and if somebody's looking, let's kind of look in that downtown area again. Is there anything in particular that people might want to consider that really kind of pops in your mind?
Well, one of the stores unique to Detroit. And if you are in Detroit, I think it's important that you take home Detroit souvenirs. So, for Detroit products, we have this shop called the Detroit Shop, and that's along Woodward. It's also in the Somerset Collection in Troy, by the way, and it sells things like Faygo Pop and Pewabic Pottery and Saunders Hot Fudge and and Motown CDs. All of those products unique to Detroit, which is great when you're buying from people out of town and you want to give them a Detroit-specific souvenir. There's also a store called Pure Detroit, which is located in 3 different places, in the Guardian Building, in the Fisher Building, and Renaissance Center. So those are nice stores, in addition to all of the stores along Woodward.
I know a lot of our Canadian friends are coming over these days because of the, I don't know what they call that, but basically it costs them less now to shop in Michigan and in America than it used to.
Oh my gosh, a lot less. They've recently increased the duty-free allowances and the Canadian tax exemptions on purchased goods.
Yep.
And, people can stay here for 48 hours and they can bring back $800 of merchandise duty-free. On top of that, Detroit sales tax is only 6%, and in comparison, some of the other U.S. cities where Canadian shops has about 8% sales tax. So that's making Detroit very, very attractive for Canadians, and we see a lot of Toronto and Ontario license plates in the Detroit area. And it just so happens we have a campaign right now called Shop Greater Detroit. And we are offering Ontario residents and Toronto residents the opportunity to stay in a Detroit area hotel for 1 or 2 consecutive nights between November 15th and December 31st. And if they do, they are rewarded with a $50 Visa card. They just have to send us the proof that they stayed in the hotel, their bill, and then we will send them a $50 Visa card, which is enough to pay their gas.
That's fantastic.
And it's a nice reward, and it's doing very well, I might add.
That's cool. Well, we need to get going, but Renee, what is your website if people want more information?
Well, if they want more information about shopping specifically, it's shopgreaterdetroit.com. And for things to do, attractions, and other things to see in Detroit, we have another website called visitdetroit.com.
Very good. Thank you, Renee. Renee Monforton from the Detroit Metro Convention Visitors Bureau. Great news there on shopping in this entire Detroit area for this season. So, Michelle, if people are wanting to head out and check out some of the events in the state, can you fill them in on some of those?
I sure can. Music is a big part of the holidays, and there are a lot of musical events happening across the state. The City Opera House in Traverse City is hosting a Christmas cabaret on December 18th and 19th with high-energy dancing and singing, and it's very Broadway-esque, where you can experience the magic of Christmas and the wonder of Cirque with the performance of Cirque de Noël, presented by the Grand Rapids Symphony, December 18th through 20th at the DeVos Performance Hall in Grand Rapids. Head to Detroit Opera House December 18th through the end of the month and catch Dr. Seuss holiday tale, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. And in Kalamazoo, it's all about the chairman of the board, who we just talked about. Through December 23rd, the Farmers Alley Theater presents a tribute to Frank Sinatra. And on December 23rd, the Croswell Theater in Adrian presents Snowflake, a one-man silent comedy brought to life by the performer Gail LaJoy. And Irving Berlin's White Christmas comes to life December 21st through 30th at the River Raisin Center for the Arts in Monroe. And, of course, if you're stressed out and need a break, you can look into Family Night at Sola Spa at Boyne Mountain December 18th. It's $5 per person. It includes a 30-minute family yoga class, the relaxation lounge, whirlpool, sauna. So you can check out these events and so much more at michigan.org.
Fantastic. Good ideas there. Thank you very much, Michelle. And speaking of good ideas, I'm crossing my fingers for snow. Hope you are too. We're going to find out what we can do out there to learn how to ski affordably next, right here on Travel Michigan, where your trip begins at michigan.org.